Howdy, 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 all you cool cats and kittens. We're back on the farm today. I've been cornered by Jody as soon as I stepped out of my house.
Oh,
And I gotta say, it is not a mood.
oh, to be cornered by Jody outside your house first thing in the morning.
I'm good, man. I don't... I don't want that.
Hey, Jared, why do
Yeah.
you hate Jody? Why are you being such a Jody hater right now?
You know, honestly, I think it has something to do with my introvert tendencies. It's not Jody specific, trust me. But if it was, it would be because of the weird way she's wearing her ponytail. Uh, Jody wants me to come to her house for dinner at 7 p.m.
Do you want me to bring like a fish or something?
Yes, a largemouth bass.
Okay, let's see if I can catch one.
Berkeley, it's finally happened. Kent has sent me a bomb.
Yes, that was our plan B from forever ago.
Thanks, Kent. All right. Berkeley, it's been a minute since we did a progress update. How are we doing on our bootlegging operation?
Well, do you want to come check out the greenhouse and see?
Yeah. So we were really focused on fruit for a while, but we've kind of solved that with these internal trees. And then it looks like we've been slowly adapting to ancient seed in here.
Yeah, we've got quite a bit of ancient seed going. I'd say like maybe a third of this is ancient seed at this point. We also have some gem berries growing. I think that's what they're called. Let me see if I have any seeds to double check that. Well, I can't get in that chest now.
Oh, sorry. There's starfruit
No
and
worries.
rare seed.
Okay, the rare seed is what we're growing a lot of right now. Eventually we'll go back to doing quite a bit of starfruit, but right now we're using all our spare space for just spring seeds, so I can get my foraging level up. Because once I hit foraging level 10, all of our truffles will be purple star truffles, iridium quality, as the pros say.
Those
And
pros.
just the the ones that get paid money to come up with names for things.
And rate random things on a
Hmm.
color based star system.
Yep. Yeah. That's just a whole job in this valley.
I can see why Grandpa left,
He left by dying.
and I would too if it was an option.
That's kind of an extreme reaction. Um,
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, so we're making a ton of money off these pigs, just picking up, not catching, they're not running, picking up so many truffles each day, and then selling some fruit, selling some jam, selling some wine, selling some eggs. Yeah, just kind of coasting along. Not coasting. We're moving up and to the right. We're making a little more money each week than we made the week before, but kind of just pursuing the same strategy.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
Onward and upward. Scamble says he set you up the bomb.
He did.
Clint's trying to offer me
All
for something.
all his base are belong to us.
Okay, we need a largemouth bass for dinner, I think.
Jody.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, it's already 4:40? Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it.
Yeah. So I think that you can actually do that any day, which is really funny since she says come over for dinner at 7:30 or whatever
Yeah.
time, but doesn't specify a day.
Yeah, I thought it was like a one-time thing, but I guess not. Oh, it's
Yeah,
been so long since I fished.
there's not very many quests in this game that you can just get locked out of. Hey, King Gecko's here. How's it going?
What up? I regret saying what up. That is not a Jared thing to say.
Yeah, that wasn't part of your brand.
Mm-mm.
It's not brand approved.
What is my brand, Berkeley? It's probably Howdy.
Yeah, yeah. You got that Cowboy Times bit that you come up with sometimes. They bring up. Got her howdy, howdy, howdy at the beginning of every. Yeah, I think Cowboy.
Which is
Howdy.
pretty funny because I'm very much not a country person.
I've never
And
once seen you wrangle a horse
yep,
or ride bareback or anything like that.
yep. All of those things can't do. Well, maybe I could. I am an engineer after all, so probably I can do anything better than anybody else can ever do anything that they've ever done.
Yikes. I have met people who think that way.
Berkeley, I'm gonna need a refresher on where Jody lives.
She lives. Do you know where Emily and Haley live?
Yes. Oh, I accidentally did it on my second try.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Scambles? Babarma says wow is your brand.
Wow.
I think maybe Babarma has you confused with Owen Wilson.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. That was a good
You're
one.
good at that.
No, you. I think you did a more authentic wow than I did. I was wowed.
Wow. Thanks. Did you find the fish you were looking for?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wow. I'm just still here looking for one.
I got lucky. What can I say?
I caught a lot of other fish. 2 bullhead and 3 carp. So that's something.
I'm a little uncomfortable with the way we're talking about this fish. You guys are a little too excited for this. I don't know.
Can you read what they're saying?
Kent caught a fish too, but he eats the whole fish to himself. Oh, sorry. I read that completely wrong. Ugh. I've been up since 3 a.m., so that's my defense. Kent caught a fish too, but he eats about a whole fish to himself. Eats about a whole fish to himself. That feels weird. What are we doing, concerned ape? Who wrote that? Ghost door. Why did that door open? Nobody's there.
Oh, that's eerie.
And Kent with the creepy heh heh laugh.
Heh heh, I do eat a whole largemouth bass.
Heh heh, so true, babe. That crispy bass was delicious. The breading was to die for. I almost feel like part of the family now. That was me monologuing to myself? Chat, that might be the first confirmed dialogue that the character has. That's not like a choice you get to make.
Yeah, that's true. That's
They were-
real. That's railroading right there.
I mean, I would have liked the opportunity to slander the fish.
I thought this fish was quite dry and tasted too much like fish.
The breading was moist and not properly done. Oh man, is it the end of day 1 already?
Yeah, just about.
Wow. Wow.
Maybe wow is your brand.
And sadly, it might actually be. Berkeley, remember when we upgraded the house so we could cook in our kitchen and then never did, even one time?
That's a good point.
I should probably start saving some cooking ingredients instead of selling everything. Speaking of upgrading our house, Berkeley, you mentioned that you are having a exasperating experience with some contractors.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I should be upfront. The contractors are doing fine. I'm just a little bit bewildered by this whole experience that we're having. So, in our house, we noticed a leak going from an upstairs bathroom to a downstairs bathroom. and we kind of left it alone for maybe a little too long. Kind of procrastinated taking care of it because it was just leaking onto concrete, and it looked like the damage that was going to be done was done. So that's a strike against me. But we finally reached out to some contractors. We had two of them come over to like assess the damage, try to figure out what the problem was. It was a super weird issue because we'd turn on the shower upstairs and it would take like 20 minutes later, and then it would start dripping downstairs. And then like after the shower turned off, it would keep dripping for just a long time. So that was mystery number one. Mystery number two is that a plumber came and looked at it and said, "Oh yeah, I can fix that," and replaced a part of our shower, and then nothing changed. So then we called the same plumber, and he came back and was like, "I don't know what to do, man. There's nothing I can do. Don't call me again."
Really?
Which, yeah, he didn't say those words, but his eyes said those words. It was just a very bewildering encounter. Okay, so that was mystery number two. And that's all the mysteries. Until we called these contractors. So two of them came over to like figure out what was wrong and figure out how much it would cost to fix. The first contractor said the whole subfloor, so like the plywood beneath the tile, is rotted through. I can see the bottom of the tile from the basement. We'll have to rip out the whole floor, rip out the whole subfloor, replace everything. It's gonna be $6,500, which is a lot of dollars.
Yes.
And we were like, okay, let me just have a little panic attack for the rest of the day. And then tomorrow another contractor will come and we'll see what they say. Second contractor comes over, says, yes, there's a hole through your floor. But the hole's pretty small. It's like miraculously small. So let's just stop the leak from happening and leave the rotten floor in there. And in fact, that's going to be so easy, it's not even worth my time. So let me send you a YouTube video and 3 Home Depot products to get, and you fix it yourself.
So, that's a pretty divergent set of behaviors from supposed professionals.
Right? But Barma wants to know what's that in monies. I would say that $6,500 is at least 4 monies.
Yeah. The dollar has
Hard to know
really
for sure.
depreciated versus monies,
Yeah,
unfortunately
and
for
it
us.
fluctuates a lot, but that's my estimate. Campbell says dry rot. Yeah, that's dealing with just all the rots in our house. So we ended up going with the expensive option because we didn't want to risk it, and I don't know how to do things with houses. And it was a good thing we did because while they were working on it, they found separate, unrelated rot happening in the same bathroom. So the floor is rotted through from the shower dripping, but also part of our gutter isn't like configured properly. That was a programmer way to say that. Part of our gutter is not, there's like a piece that's missing, and so it's just running rainwater right into the siding of the house. And so there's just a whole panel that is rotten, and while they were like cutting off part of the drywall, they just saw sunlight through some like transparent siding. So that was super exciting. So we're gonna fix that at the same time. Yeah, houses are scary. I don't know how I feel about them. I'm lucky to have one, but just what do you do? Like if the plumber says I can't do anything, don't call me, and the contractors are giving you wildly different information, who's a guy to trust?
Yeah. To be fair, the fact that the plumber said, "Oh, this is easy. Let me fix it," and then was immediately wrong, and instead of being like, "Oh, my bad. How about I don't charge you for the work I did?" They were just like, "Don't call me," is massive red flag to me. Not that I know how the industry works, but to me, as just a person, that tells me that maybe I don't agree with your values.
Yeah, I don't want to be too judgmental because I don't know how these things are supposed to work, but yeah, it was just a bewildering experience. But hopefully it'll be done by next week. Where they're gonna be working on it all week, and then we'll have a brand new bathroom. So with no holes in it.
Aw.
I guess there'll be a door and a window.
Yay. And a fan, presumably. Fan hole.
There has not been so far, but there hopefully will be in a week.
There has not been a fan hole?
No fan hole.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever been in a bathroom that didn't have a fan hole.
Gamble says watch The Money Pit. Is that like a documentary about the perils of homeownership?
I think it's a comedy movie about the perils of homeownership, but it is very documentary-esque in its depiction of the suffering of homeowners.
Cool. Sounds cathartic.
All right. I need to hunt down more people and give them more fruit. More.
Always. Do you have enough fruit? Because I've got so many apricots on me.
I have 21 fruit currently.
Okay, I've got 113 apricots. So if you run out, let me know where you are and I'll come find you.
That is wild. What are we going to do with all those?
Turn them into jam very slowly is my plan. But also give them to people in exchange for approval is also an option. Scamble says it's a comedy, but if you own a home, it's a documentary. Amazing. Sorry, what were you saying?
I feel like giving people fruit in this game is the middle school equivalent of walking up to a random group of, or like, I don't know if you remember this, but where we went to middle school, the thing to do at recess if you were cool was to stand in circles and talk.
Oh, for sure.
And if you weren't a part of the like group of people that was cool, you had to like stand on the outer layer of the circle and hope that at some point you'd have something relevant to say that people would acknowledge you, and then you could somehow smush your way into being a part of the first row of the circle.
I forgot that was a thing, but it's all coming back now. That's exactly how it worked, wasn't it?
And I feel like being the fruit guy is being the guy on the outside of the circle that's constantly interjecting, trying to get noticed, so that they can worm their way in. It's funny that the tiers of the circle physically represented the social hierarchy in an unintentional, undiscussed way.
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about okay, this is gonna be way too nerdy. We've talked about emergent behavior on the stream before, where it's like a strategy in AI where you have a lot of really simple bots following really simple rules, but then when they're all following those rules, you get like a complex result. So if every middle schooler wants to be physically close to the people that they admire, that's like a pretty simple rule. But if everyone follows that, then you get that concentric circle with status attached to geometry situation.
That's pretty fascinating.
It's things like that put me on the outside of the circle. You know?
the fact that you know this tells me you're an outside circle man.
I like your words, outside circle man. While you're giving gifts, don't forget that we've got some rabbit's feet in the chest that are a loved gift for everyone except for Penny.
Okay.
And there's lots of truffles in there as well, which are a loved gift for Leah.
Where do I find Caroline?
She is often in Pierre's store. Or in that building. Um, where else does she go? Anyone in the chat know? Megan in the chat is our usual like fount of knowledge, and she's trying a new game tonight, so I don't know if she's at her keyboard.
I kind of like the old-timey saloon music that plays in the bar.
Oh yeah, it's a bop. Meg says, what was the question? Where does Caroline usually hang out?
Is there a way to run faster than this weak running speed?
No. Meg says her house or the park or the store. And her house and the store are the same building.
Okay.
Different parts of it.
Okay. I'll try finding her again tomorrow. I did not see her in there earlier, but I did not look at the park in time.
She's also got that like tea garden attached to her house. Does she go in there, or is that just in her like special cutscene? Meg says, yeah, she goes in there. So in Caroline and Pierre's house, like in the kitchen area, there's a door that goes back to a tea garden that you can check.
Oh, I did not know that that existed.
Yeah. Fancy meeting you here. I'm glad we did that.
Yeah, that was a classic Jared and Berkeley moment that will go down in history.
That reminds me of when we were in high school and we would be like walking to different classes and we would pass each other in the hallway and we would both pull out like full-sized real swords and strike each other with them for a bit and then keep going to class.
Yeah, we would duel with full-size real actual swords.
Yeah, in hindsight, it's crazy to let us do that.
Yeah, I don't know why they let us get away with that. Probably because we said en garde in cool French accents.
It's educational. Jared has gone to bed, and I'm here still trying to catch that fish for dinner.
Berkeley, you remember the one guy with the Indiana Jones hat who would full sprint through the hallways everywhere he went?
I remember like 3 or 4 people like that.
There was more than one?
I think so. It's hard to tell because they were moving so fast. We had some characters in our high school, huh?
I want to know what they were thinking. Like, were they excited to get from point A to point B so that they could, like, play Game Boy for an extra minute between classes?
Oh, maybe. Maybe they knew something we didn't. Like, if you were, I don't know, if you're living in the Percy Jackson universe and you could see monsters in the hallways that no one else could see, that's probably about how you would travel, you know?
That's fair. Although I would argue that if you live in that world, you probably should just kill the monsters. Or sacrifice your unknowing high school classmates to them. Then you won't have to run because they'll be fed.
Well, maybe they were like a little more heroic than to do that. And we don't know if they're running towards or away from the, mythical beasts.
Oh, that's fair. That's a good point. Ooh, Pelican Town Luau.
Yeah.
I don't think we have to participate in that because we already got our candles from Grandpa. All right, Berkeley, I am going to need some more fruit.
Okay. I think if you do well in that, it might get you approval with like everyone present. So that might be good to do anyway.
Wow. I went from having like 4 apricot to having 82 apricot. Can I feed my goat? No, but I can pet him. Or her.
I'd milk her every other day, so hopefully her.
Hopefully. Yep. Okay, who's missing? Pam. Pam, I will give you a gift if you show up to your job today. Caroline. Maybe we'll get to that. Clint. Emily. Evelyn is missing completely. And so
What do you mean by
is
missing?
George. These are people: Evelyn, George, Harvey, Sebastian, and Sandy, and Dwarf and Krobus are people I have not given any gifts to this week.
Ah, got it.
I think I could do Evelyn and George at the same time if I'm quick and catch them indoors.
Do you spend a lot of time together? Hey, I've been playing a new game. I think you mentioned maybe someone in your family had played it or wants to play it.
Yes, say the
Ori-
title of it.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yeah, that sounds very familiar, and I don't remember who it was. It might have been my older brother who was playing it when I was home last. I'm not sure, but I've heard good things somewhere.
Yeah, I am enjoying it a lot. It's a 2D platformer game with just incredible music and art, and the like combat and traversal mechanics feel really good. Just jumping around, swinging around, shooting stuff at people, hitting people with swords. But Barma has it as well. Have you played it yet, or just on your to play list? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I agree. I've been super impressed with it. The story is really cute, and um, I'm only a few hours in. I'm like 3 hours in the second area now. But I recommend it. I will say I'm playing it on PC with keyboard and mouse, and it feels like it wasn't really designed for that. So I would recommend playing it on Switch or with a controller if you're playing it on PC. Um, but Ori and the Will of the Wisps. It's also the second game in the series. I got it first because it was on sale when I checked. Um, can't speak to the first one, but there is another one in the series. Have you played many 2D platformers, Jared?
Well, not modern ones too much. I played a ton of the classic Mario games for the NES, and a bunch of remakes for Game Boy, and some other like there was a Lilo and Stitch platformer that I played a lot of, and a Dexter's Lab platformer I played a lot of for Game Boy. But I haven't played very many modern ones. There is one that I was playing a couple of years ago that was actually quite interesting. Had a lot of story and kind of a subtle like horror vibe to it. That I would like to go back and play. I think it might have been called Nier Automata. Not sure about that, but it was pretty fun. But I haven't played platforms too much recently, partly because they have to have something about them that makes them unique for them to be worth getting into. And I tried a couple several years ago that I thought, oh, this could be a cool, unique one, and it was pretty cut and paste, and it kind of discouraged me. But it's a tried and true game style. I just haven't spent a lot of time trying to find the quality offerings.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's lasted this long as a genre because like original Mario games were not that different from a lot of the ones that are popular now. But they do keep improving them in little ways and keeping them fresh. A lot of the mobile games that I've really enjoyed have been platformers like that. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, they're
there's
cool.
one that I play quite regularly called Downwell for mobile that I would recommend. But instead of being like a traversal, you go from top to bottom. Yeah, mostly in free fall.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that one's pretty fun. All right, we got a cutscene with Caroline.
Nice. While you're doing that, I'm going to Google what we should bring to the luau.
Okay. Fellow Princess Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind enjoyers here. Nausicaa's Garden, one of my favorite kind of set pieces in animated film. This garden also pretty cool. Good lighting, good array of different plants. Some running water is always a nice touch. I don't know a lot about tea, but can you make tea from a fresh leaf?
I think so. I think they just dry it for convenience and like being able to ship and store it longer.
Hmm. This is new. I don't think I've seen a cutscene like this before.
Oh yeah, this is a slightly trippy one.
Well, the little tea guy has his own tea. Does that smaller tea have a smaller tea guy with his own smaller tea?
This tea guy's all the way down.
All right, that was pretty cool, Caroline. But what I'm really here to do is hand you this fruit and then run away as fast as I can. And you're gone. Okay, where'd you go?
Oh, Susie Moo says you can make tea from fresh leaves. The flavor is less potent, but still good. I would have guessed more potent. That's interesting. I wonder if there's something special they do during the drying process that like adds flavor. Clearly, I know nothing. Um, oh, and on the Ori games, Bobarma says nice outdoorsy art, great music. Mech is clean and smooth. Better with a controller. Cool. That's what I was guessing.
Berkeley, do you own a gaming controller for your computer?
I don't. I have never had a game that has made me want one until Ori.
Very interesting. We'll have to before we force you to play Katamari for our enjoyment, we'll have to get you a controller because that is a game that you have to have a controller to play.
Hmm.
All right, Sebastian, get over here. Eat this fruit. It's good for you. It'll help you not have gingivitis anymore. Mario, I did not remember it's your birthday. I'm giving fruit to everybody. You're not special. Who else we got? Who else we got? Sandy. I think it's a little late for us to get Sandy today, but tomorrow we will catch that bus. No, we won't because it's a festival day. Berkeley, what did we find out about things to bring to the festival?
Found that a gold star goat cheese will get us the best response. And I've got one in a chest for you to take.
Why Gold Star goat cheese? They just like feta around here?
Yeah, it's exclusively that. That's the only way to get the best response. No, I'm just
Actually?
kidding. There's a list of
Oh,
well, like 80 things I think
I
that will
was like,
get you the best response.
how should you know that it's Gold Star goat cheese specifically? That okay. That makes more sense to me. I will climb down off of my flabbergasted high horse. Goat cheese obtained.
Cool. I'm gonna bring a gold star cheese as well. I'll let you put yours in first just in case we can't both do it, and then I will try to also do it just to see.
Okay.
Yeah, if you haven't been tuned in for a while or you forgot since we haven't talked about this in literal months, so we're trying to get as close to perfection as we can in the game. So there's like an actual perfection mechanic with a long checklist of things you have to accomplish to achieve it. And in multiplayer, in order to like get the perfection reward, only one person needs to do each category of thing. So Jared is trying to get peak friendship points with everybody. So Jared can get full points with everybody, and I can get full skills, but we can't split it up where like I have full points with Sebastian and he has full points with Abigail. It needs to be one person has full friendship with everyone. So I'm giving Jared every opportunity to make all the friends he can.
Yep. I will become the inner circle man.
You make it to this inner of that circle.
It will be my greatest lifelong achievement. To stand shoulder to shoulder with other middle schoolers and talk about
and
TV
front
shows.
to shoulder and back to shoulder because of how tightly clumped our circle is.
And talk about TV shows I've never seen and never will see. And my contribution will be to say, oh yeah, I've never seen that. True story. All right. We're going to go to the festival. We're going to make everybody like us by forcing them to eat a wheel of goat cheese each.
Well, we're going to put it in a soup. So then it's like.
That's a wild idea. Goat cheese in a soup? There's certain cheeses that are pretty good in soup, like Parmesan and cheddar or mozzarella, depending on the soup. But I've never thought about putting like a feta or other sharp goat cheese into a soup.
I feel like it would be a good garnish, you know, just crumble it on top.
My taste buds are having a very difficult time imagining that being good. I like it on its own. I like both things on their own, but I don't know why I can't synthesize them.
Full disclosure, I was not thinking about flavor at all. I was just thinking about appearances.
Oh yeah, visually very striking. Berkeley, we can grow our own tea now.
Nice. That is a good moneymaker, I have heard. Or maybe just like selling the tea saplings is a good moneymaker. Can't remember the details.
So if we're going to be getting into businesses that the British Empire is famous for monopolizing, do they have opium saplings in the game by chance?
I bet we could make a mod for that.
we definitely could.
Part of the lore of this world is that, you know, there's a war going on between whatever country we live in and whatever country we don't live in. Just reskin that as opium wars.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now your game's educational.
That's right. And we could make Kent wear a British military uniform.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got my cheese. Maybe I'll craft an iridium ingot to bring as well. I bet that would be a nice flex. Oh, we already have a bunch.
Put in the soup?
Oh, I was getting confused with the one where you show all your goods in a big old square.
Oh, that's a different one.
Yeah, probably putting an iridium ingot in the soup would not impress anybody but Clint. And Clint would only be impressed because of the conspicuous consumption of throwing an iridium ingot into a soup so carelessly.
Babarma says code word gold star goat cheese.
Gold star goat cheese.
Oh man, we had a ton of crops ready to harvest today. Let me get through them as fast as I can.
I can help you. I will go to the...
Actually, I need the XP.
I cannot help you. You're on your own.
Oh man.
It would. That's what my supervisor told me to do. I was just following orders.
Jared, are you a Donald Glover fan?
I have been known to enjoy some of the things that Donald Glover has created. I don't know much about him as a human being, so I'm hesitant to say yes. But I liked Troy and also his relationship with Abed in Community. And I have enjoyed some of the music Donald Glover's made as well. So, why do you ask?
I saw the first episode of a show that he is in and also produced. The new Mr. and Mrs. Smith show. So did you see the like 2005-ish movie?
Yeah.
Of the same title?
My wife showed that to me probably a year and a half ago.
So this show was pitched to me as like related to the movie, and now that I've seen it, I don't know if that is super fair to say. It's like a similar premise, but kind of reversed. So the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith is about a married couple that don't realize that both of them are spies. This is about two people who sign up to be spies and then get assigned to pretend to be married to each other. And that's all like in the first 20 minutes of the first episode.
That's like the plot of Spy Family, except probably not as wholesome as Spy Family.
Oh, I didn't know about Spy Family. Okay, I'm going to hightail it to the beach so fast. I'm sorry I'm not there yet.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Sorry, I don't want to take the steam out of what you're saying, but we'll come back to Spy Family. So you have watched some of it, though.
Yeah, I watched the first episode, and it was really good. Yeah, a lot more violent, like more gore than I have seen in a lot of shows. So if you're not into that, maybe don't watch this one. But the acting is incredible. The story was really good so far, and from what I've heard, it continues to stay good throughout the season. So I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
Nice.
I think it's on Amazon Prime. Okay, let's dump your cheese in. Only one Ultimate movie, RRR. I have not seen RRR.
RRR.
Is that not what it's called?
It is. It is what it's called. I'm laughing, and you will understand when you watch it why I am laughing. Okay. It is the ultimate movie.
I have a couple people in my life that just recommend every movie to me, and RRR is one that those people all recommended, and so that puts it solidly on uncertain ground for me.
Yeah, I can't say anything about it because you have to go in without expectation to fully grasp the glory of it. All right, Berkeley, I'm gonna abandon you while we're here without a clock counting down the day.
Okay.
Hopefully that's safe enough that it doesn't ruin anything.
While we're waiting for Jared, anyone got fun Valentine's Day plans? Chat? My wife and I have a new vodka sauce that we tried for the first time a month ago. Like a kind of marinara-y sauce that is just so creamy and so delicious. I'm going to make it again tomorrow, and I am thrilled. Planning to stop being sick. Oh no. Yeah, I hope you get better. That's a bummer. I wish they let you fish at this festival. I guess that would like be exploitable if you could just fish for an unlimited amount of time, but that would be fun. The wizard is just standing here at the end of the dock all alone. But Barman needs restaurant recs. I'm a big fan of the Stardrop Saloon. Stuff in Provo though. Yeah, Provo restaurant recs. I love slab pizza. I had two friends who got dishes named after them there. They were like vegan and they would go to Slab Pizza all the time and request the same modification to the same pizzas every time. And eventually they just like added it to the menu and named it after them. What else in Provo? There was a really good crepe place. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Roll Up Crepes. They have like savory crepes and sweet crepes that just always hit. The first time I went, they were located in like a house that had been remodeled and all painted on the inside to be all forest themed. It was super, super cool. But then they like moved locations right after that to go somewhere bigger. So good for them. But it was way less whimsical and foresty. So I was sad when they left that location.
Alright, I've unabandoned you.
Oh, awesome. We're trying to give restaurant recs, and I was struggling.
Oh, like places we would like to eat?
Yeah, I was trying to remember everything from Provo that I used to go to. I was a big foodie in college. You know, as much as you can be on a college budget. But
yeah.
These days, it's mostly Taco Bell and Domino's.
I really was positively impressed, and I don't know why, because it's simple, but J-Dogs, which you and Megan treated me to, really impressed me. Waffle Love also, question mark?
I love Waffle Love, yeah. Oh, Babarma says an Indian place in American Fork, Namaste. Okay, I went there for the first time, or we got it on like DoorDash or something. It was ranked in like top 100 restaurants in the US or something like that. I don't know how official that list is. It can't be super official, but yeah, after I went, my sister-in-law showed us this blog that had it listed in top 100 places. It was super tasty and not as expensive as you would guess for top 100 restaurants in America.
Wow.
Namaste and American Fork.
I'll have to give that one a shot. I love Indian food so much.
My wife and I have been going to this Mexican place in American Fork or Lehigh called Sol Agave. That is just super upscale and just very flavorful. Very good food.
Is agave like did they make a syrup out of that?
They
Is that a
do,
food?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's used in like as a sweetener in a lot of like health foods. Okay, we ready?
I'm just about done talking to everybody.
Okay.
I think it's funny that somebody redestroyed the bridge just for this luau. Thanks, guys.
And blocked it off with a whatever this is.
Yeah. All right. Do we need anything? There's a star fruit. I don't think that's going to do anything for us, though.
Nah.
It'd be kind of cool if the totem pole counted as a scarecrow.
They do have like a tiki style scarecrow.
All right. I'm satisfied with that. Okay. Well, hello, Governor, the man whose head is twice as wide as any other human being in this game. Let us begin. Eat the soup. Eat it. It was made in a giant barrel with stairs built into the side. That must mean it's good. It looks an awful lot like cement with coins and old gum stuck to it.
Well, there was no coordination, and no one was thinking about the visual appeal.
All right, Governor. Yeah, that's how you know that the governor's definitely a politician. There's no way he's been looking forward to this all year. He probably has a million different valleys he has to visit, and some of them aren't filled with failed businesses.
He actually used to just be the governor of Stardew Valley, or of Pelican Town, but he slowly accumulated more towns under his governorship until he could go to one festival every day.
Wow, 365 regions to govern.
Well, there's only like 28 days a month and only 4 months a year in this world. And each town has 4 festivals a year, so you don't need that many.
Yeah, that's much more reasonable. Best soup he's ever tasted. Now he's eating it all and shaking. That's a little disturbing, Governor.
Is that not what good soup does to you?
The eating it all part I can relate to. The shaking back and forth, not as much. All right, Berkeley, are you trapped again?
I am just getting out of the cutscene now. And now I'm checking my mail. Sorry, this is gonna... Okay. I don't think I'm trapped. Hey, look at that.
Oh, good. Okay, great.
Go us.
All right, well, let's get one more day in.
Okay.
Also, there's a bunch of truffles around.
Yeah, we usually like collect them throughout the day, but since it was festival day, they were just spawning with no one to pick them up.
What do I do with them? Should I put them in the chest?
Yeah, you can just sell them.
Okay.
Got plenty in the chest for gift giving. If you're ever running low, let me know and I'll start saving them again, but I've just been selling all of them.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Is it possible to build another like cellar to bottle things in?
Yeah, the way the cellar works is you build casks to put down there. Oh, cool. The witch. Yeah, you put casks down there and then you make the wine like normal and then you put it in the cask and then that increases the quality
All right.
over time. Or you can just use it as another shed if you want. Oh, Jared, this whole time we've had Disco Elysium as our
Oh,
dream
my
we're
bad.
streaming.
I didn't
Let me
even
see
think
if
of
I can
that.
fix it real fast.
Cutscene with Gus. Gus, are you here to
Nice.
give me all the free alcohol I could ever have? Ah, what a beautiful day, huh? That's not what I asked you. You know, as the saloon owner, I hear about everything that's going on in this town. I remember when you first moved here, everyone was a bit unsure of what to expect. A stranger from the city, an unknown personality. Sorry, I have to stir this pot every 5 minutes. What? Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, you know, it's like when you're making a sauce. If you put in a new spice, you could ruin everything. And now his sauce is on fire, and now he's stirring it again. This is a really weird analogy, Gus. A sauce that human beings eat should not be capable of spontaneously igniting if you don't stir it.
That is a good point.
Mini jukebox. What? That looks like full human sized.
Well, you know the best jukeboxes are 4 times the size of a person.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that, right?
Every good quality thing is 4 times the size of a person. That's how you know.
That's why my favorite state is 0.5% of Rhode Island.
Everybody's sending me recipes. So many recipes. Oh my goodness. Alright.
I'm real glad we did the luau.
Yeah, it seems to have paid off.
Can you imagine if that was a regular marker in most like friendships / romantic relationships, was like when they send you a recipe in the mail? It's like first you exchange phone numbers, then you become friends on Facebook, and then you mail them one recipe.
Yeah. I can imagine people talking with excitement or gossiping. Oh, has he sent you a recipe yet? I know you guys are saying I love you, but what about recipe exchanges?
Asking the real questions.
All right, it is time to get out to the desert and look at our trees that we've
Ooh, I
planted
actually
out there.
checked them recently,
Oh
but you're
yeah,
welcome to check them again and give a gift to Sandy while you're there.
I shall do that. Would you recommend bringing bombs with me or not?
I forgot we were growing hardwood trees out there. I don't think the hardwood trees are grown yet.
Okay.
I was just checking the like oak resin.
Okay. I will bring a couple just in case.
Cool. Do you mind if I buy a bunch of wood and iron and copper for kegs?
I insist on it.
Awesome.
don't think I have the super bomb recipe yet. It's kind of a bummer. I'll have to figure out how to get that.
Yeah, it must just be mining level. I don't know what level you get it at though.
Well, I'm at 7 right now, so probably 10. That looks like the next major increment.
You get different perks with every single level. Not sure. When that would be.
All right.
Dang it, Clint is not selling stuff today.
Sandy. Here. It's your apricot. Sketchy bodyguard. Ah, you won't talk to me. Bummer. Well, you could have had an apricot, but I guess you get nothing.
He's on the job, man. Cut him some slack.
I'm on the job. I can smoke, but I have no time for apricots. Okay, Berkeley. Does this look like a full-size hardwood tree to you?
Oh, it sure does. Jeez, I lied to you.
That's a-okay. I just, before I blew it up, I wanted to double check.
Yeah. Yeah, go for it.
Ooh, I don't know if I brought enough bombs. Yeah, I might have to go back to the mines and or buy more bomb making material. That might be easier.
Yeah. Clint's not there today, so I'd have to do it next time. But we should prioritize that.
All right, well, that's the update. We do have some hardwood trees growing, so we're getting closer to our goal.
Yeah. And do we have more mahogany seeds? Probably not.
I think we planted everything we have. We have 2 saplings and a seedling right now on the farm. Kind of down in that middle right clearing.
Nice.
But I'll go see if I can get some more from the hidden forest area. That's probably not
I hope
what
we
it's
get more
called.
when we cut down the, I think it's called the secret wood. I hope we get more when we cut down those trees. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that would be ideal. All right, I have 5 hearts with a lot of people.
Nice.
And almost full hearts with Pam.
Cool. Full hearts is nice because once you get full hearts, it doesn't decay at all. So it's often good to like push to hit that. Okay, I made 2 more kegs this stream. This is great. We're gonna need another shed soon.
Excellent.
Not soon. Someday.
Immediately.
Also, every time I've played this game single player, in my first shed, I have filled it half with kegs and half with preserves jars. And so I just kind of assumed I would do the same thing here. So far, we have like 30 kegs and we have 1 preserves jar. So that plan did not work out. Maybe we should be making more preserve jars, though, because those don't yield as much, but the materials are cheaper.
I don't know, man. High yield over time, even though it's more expensive up front, it's going to pay out bigger in the end, right?
Yeah, but there's no limit. Like, just because we're saving up for preserved jars doesn't mean we can't, or just because we're like making as many kegs as we can doesn't mean we shouldn't also be making preserved jars.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Because they both require wood, which is a limiting factor, but the real limiting factor is the oak resin for the kegs, and preserved jars don't need that.
Okay, well, I did get 3 mahogany seeds.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Did you replant them? Oh, from the secret wood you did. Cool.
Yeah, from the secret wood. Berkeley, have you lived anywhere that real fireflies are?
I have not. I've been thinking about fireflies lately because my daughter's been really liking a book that features some fireflies, and I've read that they're going extinct. So I don't know if she'll ever see them. I've only seen fireflies once. It was on like a family trip that we took to the Midwest, and there were some, and I saw them with my eyes.
Was it as magical as they claim?
It was pretty cool. I don't know about as magical as I was expecting, but they were cool.
Are you glad they're going extinct?
Yes, absolutely. It was a 4 out of 5-star experience, so it must be done away with.
Only 5 out of 5's allowed.
Yeah, sad that they're dying out. It's like a really cool, weird thing to exist. Have you ever seen them?
No, not that I remember at least. I'd really like to see what that looks like in person, but haven't yet. So, if you enjoyed Spy versus... It's not Spy versus Spy. That's an old cartoon. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. But you want something that's a little more wholesome and also anime. Spy Family is my favorite anime, and it's wholesome and fun, and has spies and assassins and a very young child who's trying to succeed in school. And I know that doesn't sound like the setup for a wholesome show, but it really is. I like it a lot.
Nice. All right, we did it. Another day in Pelican Town in the books. Or a few days.
Yeah. Couple days. We're coming up on 1 million.
Coming up on
gold.
1 million.
Not 1 million days. 1 million gold. Yeah, one more day.
Yeah, but we'll hit it. Campbell says they had fireflies when they were growing up in Virginia, I think. VA, Virginia?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to see. Maybe I'll go out east sometime and see if I can time it right with the seasons and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming out and starring and doing with us in this valley. We're going to continue to try to beat the game without tools. We'll see how far we get. If you want to keep up with our progress on this or various and sundry other games that we occasionally play, You can follow us here or wherever you're watching this video, and find our Linktree link that could be in the About section if you're on Twitch, or in our bio on Instagram, or in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. And you can find all the other places that we are, including our Discord, where I think we've built a very sophisticated and active music thread discussion. So I'm having some joy participating in that. You're welcome to jump in and throw your music recommendations into that.
Yeah, please do. And Babarma says Illinois has fireflies. It was magical. They hovered above the cornfields. I think Illinois is where I saw them too. Can't remember. We visited a few states. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you all. Love hearing from you. So please, join our Discord and let us know what you're thinking about, what you're playing, what you're reading, what you're listening to. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.